Hello students, welcome to session 3 of our constitution. In the last two sessions, we all gathered in detail information about the formation of the constituent assembly, then outline of the drafting committee, the finally constitution being came into existence 26th January 1950. Then that constitution consisting of certain information, it means that we should consider introduction. So that is also called as preamble. So preamble is called as jewel of the constitution, and K.M. Munshi referred preamble as political horoscope. K.M. Munshi referred as preamble as political horoscope, and that preamble consists of we the citizens of India having sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic principles like. Got it? And after that, very important of our Indian constitution, salient features of our constitution. Salient is nothing but very important characteristic of our constitution. Very significant characteristics are features of our Indian constitution. So the first one, and very important, written and lengthy constitution. The first characteristic or the first feature, written and lengthy constitution. Here, look at here, one of the important person, Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada. Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada wrote the original constitution of India in his own hand. So writing, got it? ತನ್ನ ಸ್ವಂತ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಬರೆದಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಪ್ರೇಮ್ ಬಿಹಾರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ್ ರೈಸಾಡ್. ಹಿ ರೋಟ್ ದ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇನ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಅವನ ಸ್ವಂತ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾರು? ಪ್ರೇಮ್ ಬಿಹಾರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ್ ರೈಸಾಡ. ಸೊ ರಿಟನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಂತಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. See, our constitution is written form, not the typed form, not the printed form. This is the written form, through written by his own hand, Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada. So the powers and functions of the organs of the government, like the legislature, executive, judiciary, have been delineated in the constitution. Here see, through the constitution, here mainly organs of the governments, like legislature is there. Legislature is called as a parliament, and there is a executive. Executive is administrative department. So here a legislature, parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, like executive, that is a administrative department, prime minister, chief minister, like. Then judiciary, this is the judicial system. Got it? High court, Supreme Court, like have been delineated. Delineated means outlined, ಬರೆದಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, delineated in the constitution through the written form. Through the written form. That is why written and lengthy constitution. This is the first characteristic of our Indian constitution. Then fundamental rights, fundamental duties, directive principles are all in the written form. So included fundamental rights, fundamental duties, directive principles, all are included in the writing form of our Indian constitution. So written and lengthy constitution. ಸಂವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಹ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯ ಮುಖಾಂತರನೇ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. got it? First important, written and lengthy constitution. Originally our constitution consists of 22 chapters. 22 ಅಧ್ಯಾಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, 22 chapters and 8 schedules and 395 articles. You like 22 chapters. For example, you have to take 9th standard social textbook. More than 39 or 40 chapters are there. But 8 schedules means our ninth standard social textbook consists of sixth schedule. One is history, another one political science, geography, economics, business studies, sociology. So like, and 395 articles, it means 395 rules and regulations like articles. So originally our constitution consists of 22 chapters, 8 schedules and 395 articles. But nowadays that is, so like here, later after many amendments, lot of changes included, but it has become lengthy. First 22 is there, 8 schedules, 395, but it become lengthy at present now. So first 22 is there, at present 25. First 8 schedules is there, at present 12. First 395 articles are there, at present 465 article. So that is a lengthy constitution. So both written and lengthy constitution. So you should be keep in your mind. This is the first and very important characteristic of our constitution. Got it? Written and lengthy constitution. And the second one, partially flexible and partially rigid constitution. Partially flexible and partially rigid constitution. Flexible and rigid. Look at here. The constitution which can easily amended is called as a flexible or simple constitution. Sometimes it's very easy to implementation of the rules and regulations. Sometimes it's very easy to implementing of the rules and regulations. So that is the, we should consider for the flexible. Got it? And rigid. Constitution that have special procedure for amendment are called rigid or complicated constitution. Sometimes highly impossible to implementing of the rules and regulation. If any one state, people demanding separate state. Recently, Andhra Pradesh people demanding separate state. It means they need Telangana like. Got it? So 1953 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದು, ಆವಾಗಲಿಂದನೂ ಅವರು ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ. got it? ಅದು ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದನ್ನು ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟಾಗಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಮ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ, ಸಮ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ partially our Indian constitution, sometimes flexible and sometimes rigid. Someone easily amend and someone highly impossible to amend. So that is partially flexible and partially rigid constitution. This is the second important characteristic of our Indian constitution. So our constitution is neither too flexible nor too rigid, sometimes difficult, sometimes easy. And third one, parliamentary form of government. Parliamentary form of government. Look at here, parliament. It consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and the executive is the responsible to the legislature at the central and state level. Executive administration department, central level administration carrying by Prime Minister, state level administration carrying by Chief Minister. So that is a parliamentary form of government. Third important characteristic. Got it? Parliamentary form of government. The executive is the responsible to the legislature. Legislature means parliament. Administration only main. So here the cabinet shall be in power as long as it enjoys the confidence of the legislature. As soon as it's lost the confidence of the legislature, it has to resign. Those who are voted members of the parliament, whether MLA, whether MP, whether somebody is Lok Sabha and somebody is Rajya Sabha, ಅವರೇನಾದರೂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಕಸಭೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಂಬಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೋದು, ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅವರು ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟಾಗಿ ಆ ಪೋಸ್ಟನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ parliamentary form of government. So this is the second very important feature of our constitution. So like that is a parliamentary form of. So like there is a see Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha discussions are going on like. Then third very very important, dear students, republican system. Got it? So republican system, already told, the constitution has declared India is a republic. India is a republic. The head of the country is indirectly elected by the citizens. We not directly elected. We can electing for 545 Lok Sabha members directly. Got it? That for 545 Lok Sabha members elected to president. We the citizens not directly elected for the president. So this is a very very important. The head of the country is indirectly elected by the citizens. Who is here head of the country means president. So there, first president, Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad, the first president of our Indian country. We can electing to presidents through the elections. That is a democratic system. That is a democratic system. See, present president Ramnath Kovind. Present President Ramnath Kovind. See, in India, the president is the constitutional head of the state and he is elected. ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥ ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, 545 ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್. Then we the citizens, those who are completed 18 years, we can electing the 545 Lok Sabha members. So that is a republican system. This is a republican system, and this is very very important. Fourth important characteristic of our Indian constitution. So that is republican system. And the fifth one is the federal system. Fifth one is the federal system. What is the meaning of here federal? What it? Administrative powers are shared by central and state governments. Your administration carrying central level prime minister, state level chief minister. So that is a federal system. That is a federal. The administrative powers, central level prime minister, state level chief minister. So that is administrative powers are shared by the central and the state governments. So that we should consider for the federal system of government. See that the central list has 100 subjects. The central list has 100 subjects. Subject means topics. Central government list alli 100 topics ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The state list has 61 subject. The state list has 61 topics. So this is very very important. Got it? How many subjects consist of central list and how many subjects consist of state list? Central list 100 subjects, state list 61 subjects. And the concurrent list has 52 subjects. So what is the meaning of here concurrent? It means it is happening. It's happening, done at the same time. Got it? The concurrent list has 52 subjects happening, done at the same time. State level allೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈ 52 ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಅವರು ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅವರು ಸಹ ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ವೆದರ್ ಡೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ವೆದರ್ ಡೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ 52 subjects, 52 topics. The Supreme Court possesses powers to solve all the disputes arising between the center and state with respect to any subject. So I already told now 100 subject, 100 topics means problems. State level problems, state and central level 52 problems. Like here state government and central government both also join together and solving such a kind of problems. In case state government and central governments completely failed to solve such a problems between the states, here involving by Supreme Court to solve any kind of subjects or any kind of topics or any kind of problems. Because of the reason our Indian constitution consisting of federal system. Our Indian constitution consisting of a federal system. This is very very important, federal system. And another one, fundamental rights. Fundamental rights. You people are know at present there are 6 fundamental rights. At present, there are 6 fundamental rights. But if you look at the human rights, fundamental rights, mainly the rights that the Constitution has given to the people are called as fundamental right. This is the one more question. What the meaning of fundamental rights? What is fundamental right? Means the rights that as the Constitution has given to the people. Now each and every one person of our Indian country having a fundamental rights. Then who gave that fundamental rights to citizens? This is the question. Who gave that fundamental rights to citizens? Means Constitution. Constitution gave fundamental rights to citizens. So this is the meaning. The rights that the Constitution has given to the people are called fundamental rights. So if the fundamental rights are taken away or endangered, what is the meaning of endangered? ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ರೈಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಹ್ಯಾರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಶೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, what it anybody neglected, the citizen can directly appeal to the High Court or a Supreme Court. So right to equality is there. If anybody doing discrimination between the people, if anybody doing discrimination between the people, so we can appeal case against such a person directly to the High Court or Supreme Court. Because of the reason, the fundamental rights are very, very essential to each and every one person of our Indian country. So this is also one of the important quality characteristic of our Constitution. So that is a fundamental rights, and these rights are listed in the third part of the Constitution. What it? Third part of the Constitution available for the fundamental rights. Third part of our Indian Constitution having a fundamental rights. At present, there are 6 fundamental rights like. So dear students, this is about for the salient features of our Indian Constitution, especially for fundamental rights. Then see, look at the fundamental rights. Right to equality. So then another one is right to freedom, already told that, and right against exploitation. So the harassment, shoshane, so it is right to against exploitation. Right to freedom of religion, this we have to learn after one by one. Then cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies. So you should be keep in your mind here available for these are the 6 fundamental rights given by Constitution to the people. That is why this is one of the important characteristic of our Indian Constitution. So that is the fundamental rights. Then fundamental duties. Here fundamental rights is there, no? As it is like here fundamental duties also is there. At what type of duties available for here? See, fundamental duties mainly. Duties are our responsibilities. Mainly, duties are our responsibilities towards our country. Constitution given fundamental rights to citizens. So as it is like certain duties also is there. It is our duty and it is our responsibility to our nation we have to do. So what are fundamental duties? Means duties are our responsibilities towards our country. So 11 fundamental duties have been delineated. It means outlined. So third part of our Indian Constitution available for the fundamental rights. Third part of our Indian Constitution available for the fundamental rights. So here mainly 11 fundamental duties have been outlined in the A part of the 4th chapter under the clause 51A of our Constitution. What it? A part, 4th chapter, 51A. This consisting of 11 fundamental duties. This consisting of 11 fundamental duties. So this is about for the fundamental duties. Duties are our responsibilities towards our country, but not any other country. Got it? This is the very important seventh characteristic. And another one, directive principles of state policy. This is the eighth important characteristic of our Indian Constitution. Got it? So here mainly you should be keep in our mind. Directive principles is nothing but guidelines. Directive principles is nothing but guidelines. See here, directive principles of state policy have been incorporated in the fourth schedule of our Constitution. Mainly, directive principles of state policy. Got it? So fundamental rights, third part. Third part. So then directive fundamental duties also has there. And directive principles of state policy, it means some of the important guidelines incorporated from the Irish Constitution or Ireland Constitution. So that all incorporated fourth schedule of our Constitution, fourth part of our Constitution. So these principles have been adapted from the Irish Constitution. ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನದಿಂದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಐರಿಷ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಐರ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ದಿ basis for the establishment of social and economic equality. So between the people here, creating for the economically and socially equal. So facilities we have to provide equally to all the citizens of our Indian country. This is the main ambition. They are the basic principles required for the administration of the country. So administration be a perfect means we need certain directive principles. It means we need certain guidelines. So yet the government cannot be questioned by a court of justice if it does not implemented them. So upon this, got it? If directive principles not particularly implemented means the citizens not have a right to question for the government. To question for the government. So this is also one of the important characteristic of our Indian Constitution. So that is directive principles of state policy. Directive principles of state policy. When the government frames new laws, it should pay attention to these principles. Mainly, when in case certain times government implementing any certain rules and regulations, to take care about directive principles also. So this is the eighth very important characteristic of our Indian Constitution. So that is directive principles of state policy. Then ninth one, independent and centralized judiciary system. Independent, not dependent. Not dependent. We are all independent. What is there? See here, mainly Supreme Court. We have to take own judgments. We have to create own rules and regulations. We have a central government. Under there is a state government. We have a Supreme Court. Under there is a High Court. Under there is a district courts. So like independent and centralized judiciary system. Our judiciary is a independent and centralized. So you should be keep in your mind throughout the country. Highest court of Supreme, state level highest court, High Court, even state level consisting of some of the important district courts. So that is centralized. Throughout the country there are judicial system. The courts have the authority to give bold judgments. It means the dare judgments in order to protect the rights of the people. Got it? Bold, dare judgments, right judgments we have to give. It is the duty of the judiciary system. So neither the legislature nor the executive has the right to interfere with the working of the judiciary. Mainly see, neither the legislature nor the executive has the right to interfere with the working of the judiciary. Even High Court not properly working and even Supreme Court not properly working means here legislature department, it means Parliament and administrative department. So interfere and supervising to that in case not properly doing administration means. Because This is a independent and centralized judiciary system, but not for dependent. But not for dependent. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the land. Land means India. In India, which is the highest court of law? Which is the highest court of law means Supreme Court. And all the high courts and subordinate courts function under it. Would it? Supreme Court under working for high courts, high court under working for district level courts. So this is independent and centralized judiciary system. This is also one of the important quality feature of our Indian Constitution. Then after, single citizenship. Single citizenship. Here see, we have only one citizenship, that is a single citizenship. Being a citizen of country, that's it. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಮಾತ್ರ. ನಾವು ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಅಮೇರಿಕದ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ್ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. got it? India gave only one citizenship, that is a single citizenship, being a citizen of country. So the constitution makes provision for single citizenship in order to curb narrow-minded provincialism and promote nationalism. So a narrow-minded provincialism, here given single citizenship, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೊರತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಪ್ರಜೆ, ನೀವು ಶಿಡ್ಲಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ಶಿಡ್ಲಘಟ್ಟದ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಕೋಲಾರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ಕೋಲಾರದ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸಿಟಿಜನ್ಶಿಪ್. ವೈ ಅವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡಿಂಗ್ single citizenship means in order to curb narrow-minded. If we people belongs to Karnataka, we love only Karnataka, official language Kannada. We neglecting for Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, etc., etc., etc. That is a provincialism, discrimination between the states. So this is affected to the national interest. This is affected to the national interest. All the citizens, whether they belongs to any state, all are Indians. All are Indians. It promote the nationalism. Everybody have a patriotic feelings about for the nation. Because of the reason, Indian Constitution providing single citizenship. So the citizens of this country have the same rights. Throughout the country, same rights, irrespective of their place of birth and residence. Whether they belongs to Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Sikkim, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, such any kind of states having same rights, irrespective of place of birth or residence, because Constitution providing single citizenship. The legislature possesses the power to frame rules in this matter. Here rules and regulations created by Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So dear students, this is about single citizenship. Then after, adult franchise. So in this adult franchise, those who are completed 18 years, they only have a right to cast their vote and electing for representative leaders. Before 18 years who having, we not consider they were an adult. We not consider they were an adult. Look at here, all the citizens above 18 years, but not for below 18 years. All the citizens above 18 years of age may exercise their right to vote. It means they have a right to cast their vote and electing for the representative nation of their own. So this is the adult franchise. So dear friends, this is about for the adult franchise. And bicameral legislature. See the bicameral legislature, Parliament consisting of two houses. Got it? Upper house and lower house. Where there is a red carpet, that is a upper house, and where there is a green carpet, that is a lower house. ನೀವು ಟಿ ವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರ, ನೀವು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಗಮನ ಇಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಗಮನ ಇಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಾವಿವಾಗ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಗೋಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧ, ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಟ್ ಅದು ಲೋಯರ್ ಹೌಸ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಟ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಹೌಸ್. ಗೋಟ್ ಇಟ್? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ two types of houses, upper house and lower house. Upper house also called as Rajya Sabha, lower house also called as Lok Sabha. So the bicameral, two types of legislature, one is upper house, another one is the lower house. The central legislature is called a parliament, central, and the parliament consisting of two houses, lower house and upper house. Lower house Lok Sabha, upper house Rajya Sabha. This is the bicameral, two types of legislature. And the party system. So what is the meaning of your party system? See, throughout the country, so many political parties are there. State-wise, different and variety types of the parties are there. So that is a party system. See, political parties are the pillars of the democracy. Political parties are the pillars of the democracy. ಏನು ಪಿಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ತಂಭಗಳು, ಕಂಬಗಳು ಅಂತ. ಗುಡ್ ಇಟ್. ನಾವು ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪಿಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಪಿಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆ ಮನೆ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆ ಪಿಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ pillars of the democracy. There is a multi-party system in India. So different and variety types of the parties is there. So NCP is there, National Congress Paksha, Congress, BJP, CPM, BSP, SP, central level. Got it? And state level comes variety, different and variety types of the parties are there. So that is a multi-party system. So the party which wins the majority of votes in the general elections become the ruling party. So once 5 years conducting for the general elections state-wise. Got it? Which party get? For example, in Karnataka, JDS is there, Congress is there, and BJP is there. In Karnataka, conducting for the general elections. So in case the JDS become a highest majority, so that party become a ruling party. In case Congress become a second majority, that party become a opposition party. So like the party which wins the majority of votes in the general elections becomes the ruling party, whereas the rest it means second, the opposition party, because Indian constitution consisting of the party system. Then fundamental rights provide the social and political atmosphere necessary for the development of the personality of the citizens. They are required for a persons to lead a civilized life of the society. They are also essential for the success of a democracy. There were 7 fundamental rights mentioned. However, after 44th amendment, the right property has been abolished. So, fundamental rights. This is also one of the important characteristic of our Indian constitution. Okay, dear students, in the next session, it means session 4, we have to gather in detail information about fundamental rights. How many fundamental rights are there? First, how many fundamental rights is there? At present, how many fundamental rights are there? And each fundamental rights consisting of what type of information? Is there necessity of fundamental rights are there? This information we have to gather next session. So that is the session 4. This is Chandrasekhar, Social Science teacher, BGS Public School, Shidlata. Thank you. Have a nice day.